Psychology reveals something surprising about people who don't have many friends. They're often labeled as antisocial, awkward, or distant. But what if the real reason is something completely different? What if the same traits that make friendships harder are also the traits that make someone deeply self-aware? The truth is, for some people, social life isn't simple. Their mind notices things most people overlook, and that changes everything. 1. You notice insincerity immediately. Think about the last time you were in a conversation that felt fake. Someone smiling, but their words felt forced. Someone agreeing, but their tone said the opposite. Many people ignore these signals, but some minds detect them instantly. Your brain picks up on tiny details, tone of voice, body language, hidden intentions. Because of this, pretending becomes exhausting. You'd rather spend time alone than sit through conversations that feel artificial. That's why your circle may stay small, not because you dislike people, but because authenticity matters more to you than social approval. 2. You prefer meaningful conversations. Have you ever been surrounded by people yet felt mentally disconnected? For some people, casual conversation feels empty. Talking about weather, gossip, or small daily updates doesn't stimulate the mind. Instead, you're drawn to conversations about ideas, life purpose, human nature, personal growth. You're not looking for noise, you're looking for depth. And depth isn't easy to find in everyday social environments. Until you find people who think the same way, silence often feels more comfortable than shallow interaction. 3. Your brain analyzes everything. Here's something many people quietly experience. After a conversation ends, your mind keeps replaying it. You remember the tone of your voice. You wonder how your words sounded. You question whether you said too much or too little. This happens because your brain processes social situations more intensely. Psychology shows that highly self-aware individuals often analyze interactions more deeply than others. While many people simply move on after a conversation, your mind continues studying it. Over time, this constant mental processing can make socializing feel draining, not because you dislike people, but because your brain never truly stops evaluating the moment. 4. You've often felt different. For many people with smaller social circles, the feeling of being different started early. Maybe your interests didn't match those around you. Maybe your humor felt misunderstood. Maybe the way you think didn't align with your environment. When this happens repeatedly, your brain slowly learns something. Connection isn't always easy. So instead of forcing yourself into spaces where you feel out of place, you begin to value distance, not as rejection, but as protection. 5. Independence becomes natural. One of the most misunderstood traits in psychology is independence. Many people assume that being alone means someone is lonely, but that isn't always true. Some individuals learn to enjoy their own company. They think deeply, explore ideas, solve problems independently. Instead of constantly needing validation from others, their sense of stability comes from within. This creates a powerful sense of self-reliance. And while it may reduce the number of casual friendships, it often strengthens the few meaningful connections that do exist. Final insight. Here's something most people never realize. People who struggle to build large social circles often possess qualities that are rare: deep awareness, emotional sensitivity, intellectual curiosity. These traits don't always fit easily into fast-moving social environments. But when these individuals finally find people who understand them, the connection tends to be genuine and lasting. Because for them, friendship was never about quantity, it was always about depth. And sometimes the people with the smallest circles have the most meaningful relationships of all.